In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you the end box. This is a variation on the box pattern, which looks something like this. And it is asymmetrical, and you can do it on both sides, like this. Now this is a very conceptually simple pattern. It's just kind of an N-shaped box. But it took me a really long time to be able to get as comfortable as I am, which is still not as comfortable as I'd like to be. There's kind of a limited amount of things I can tell you about how to do this pattern, beyond what it should look like, and you're then going to have to kind of train your hands to do these strange throws that I haven't seen in many other juggling patterns, so they'll probably be new to most of you. Most of the action on this pattern happens on one side. You'll notice that my right hand is doing the complicated stuff, while my left hand is just kind of throwing out an outside ball occasionally as it receives a slam throw. So let's ignore this ball for now and start with the complicated side. You have two balls and you're basically doing a reverse slam and a slam, reverse slam and a slam. So a slam throw you should already know before learning this pattern. So when you have a ball in the air, you have a ball in your hand above it, and you throw down over that ball, switching to a claw catch and landing the thrown ball in your other hand, like that. Pretty easy. And the reverse slam is another matter entirely. You're starting in this position, and you're going up to catch the bottom ball above the one that you throw, like this. And this is the really awkward and difficult part of the end box that you'll have to learn in order to master the full pattern. So I think the easiest way to learn this is actually with one ball. You're going to start very simply. You have one of your hands kind of facing down, dangling down here, and the other hand in a regular throwing position. And you're going to throw this ball up and across your body, at the same time raising your catching hand so that you end up catching it so that your hand and the ball are kind of moving at the same speed at the end of the throw, just like this. Now it's really important that your hand match the speed of the ball. You don't want the ball to be kind of going upwards and then you reach up and grab it, because this interrupts your flow and it takes longer for you then to throw it back down as a slam throw. You want to have this nice, powerful, immediate return of the ball, which I think is facilitated by the motions being kind of matched. You don't want this kind of weak thing going on. So make sure that you have this nice and smooth, and every time return your hand down to this sort of dangling position, and try on both sides to get this going. Now once you're comfortable with that, take the second ball, and you're going to hold that ball down here. Now you're going to do the catch just as before, except you start out holding this ball, so at some point you have to let go of it. And this is where you come in. You have to decide exactly where along the trajectory of your hand you want to let go of this ball. If you wait too long, you end up with a collision. Kind of have both balls in the air at once. It's a big mess. If you don't wait long enough, you won't have enough time to go down and claw catch that bottom ball, because it'll basically just fall on the ground. So somewhere between those two extremes, there's a perfect place to let go of the ball so that it ends up kind of floating below you, and you can then slam back over it. And so if you're successful in this, you kind of raise your hand up, let go of the ball, move off to the side to match this ball's speed. You then kind of hang over this bottom ball. As it begins to fall, you then initiate your slam back down. So like this, like this. And that is the motion you have to master. It's hard, it'll take you a long time, but that's what it looks like. And you want to do this on both sides, like that. My left hand is a bit weaker at it, so you can see. That's the idea. And so make sure that your hand kind of stays facing down the whole time, like this. Now the third ball just stays in your other hand, kind of, and hops out whenever you want to throw in your slam ball. I think the easiest way to start the pattern is to have the ball you're going to be slamming thrown down into your other hand first. You just clear that hand, and then you can immediately start doing your reverse slam back out, like that. So throw down into it, reverse slam, and you're in the pattern. There you go. Now notice again that my right hand is staying kind of face down most of the time. In a regular box pattern, your hands face each other or are facing upwards, sort of this position. And so if you want to transition into an end box from the regular box, I find that it helps to kind of rotate one of the outside balls so that your hand is facing downwards right before you do the end throw. I don't know if you saw that. Watch this hand. Right now I turn downwards and go back. And that seems to help have power in the right direction. That's the end box. From here on out it's just practice. Good luck with that.